All right, welcome back. I was just checking what's popping on social media. It's still the Black Table, and we start with our first quick fire, which is a very interesting one. I'm just going to give you a small story, and then you tell us what you feel about it. The Edo State government has demolished a residential duplex allegedly linked to kidnapping and organ harvesting in Benin City. The chief press secretary to the state governor, Mr. Fred Utwa, disclosed this in a statement, revealing that the demolished property was the site of a gruesome crime involving adoption and killing of a young woman for organ harvesting. The father of the suspect and owner of the demolished building, Mr. Martins Ogenewero, had this to say. So we'll check out this video and then hear what he has to say about it. This particular thing, I'm sure you also saw it trending over social media, whereby a man was lamenting about how his home was about to be knocked down by the state government because his son allegedly was discovered to be a prime suspect in the kidnapping case, and also a body was found within his residence. Everything he pointed back to his son. But do you guys think it is fair, even though according to information that has come our way, they say the state government recently passed a law stating that if such things happen, the building will be demolished? And
okay,
do you think it's fair, gang? Like this was done. Apparently, this was done by his son.
Okay, when it comes to demolishing buildings, I come from an era of, let me just toss this in there, El Rufai in his Abuja days, where he brought down a couple of illegal structures for legitimate reasons. In this scenario, demolishing the building, what's the significance in it? Because the location still remains the same.
You know the way I say it?
Here's the funny thing. Okay, if the building stands, right, and people have bad memories that this happened here, this happened here, this happened here.
There's a lesson from it.
Do you understand? There's a lesson from it, but if you demolish it, what happens to that space, that area? Another building is going to come up at the same place, or something will be done. The location still remains the same, that this is where all those atrocities happen.
I say you're destroying evidence. Because I remember some years ago when some vessels were discovered to be illegal tankers, moving petroleum products, and then what was done was to burn down this particular vessels. I was really shocked. I'm like, why are you doing that? That's evidence.
That's at the same time, I think there are other means and strategies that can be used. You can take away the property from the guilty parties. Do you understand? And use it for something else.
Okay, so Dek, what's your take on this story?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to start by saying that I believe there are certain reasons why, the building was demolished. I wouldn't sit down here and say that it was a good idea or it was a bad idea. What I think is, first, it serves as a deterrent to other people that if you go into illegitimate means, the government's hand can come upon you at any time. And to what extent that hand would go, you cannot say. So for me, if it was demolished because we wanted to send a message across, I think it's not a bad idea.
Then the message has gone across.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to work hard, make something for themselves, and see that stuff come down.
But in this situation, the father isn't guilty. The father is owner of the property.
Is the father the owner of the property?
The father is the owner of the property.
Oh, the father owns the property?
He owns the property.
Okay, so the question is, how did the father get the property? Did he get proceeds from the son? Because if the father got proceeds from the son to acquire the building, then that building will go down.
From the information we have, the main reason why that building was demolished was because a body was found on site.
Okay, that's my major concern here is this.
So that's it.
Is the speed and rush at which you decide to demolish a building. If we're going to go around demolishing buildings that we feel allegedly people were involved in one or two things, how many buildings will still be standing? You get where I'm coming from?
To be honest with you,
you should have a proper investigation and a proper conclusion. Before you rush to destroy the building, like you said. If the case is still ongoing,
what we're saying, right? And I like the fact that you said that we should investigate properly before you met out such punishments and what have you. I want to believe that the point to which we found out the issue is totally different from the point that this news came out. I want to believe that investigations have been conducted,
place,
all right, and maybe, like I said, they found some elements of conspiracy between the son and the father for them to have met a body in the house, right, which would have propelled them to say, okay, you know what, if this has been a harbor point for so and so, we don't want this to be that harbor point anymore. Bring down the building. You understand? I don't want us to look at it from the perspective of we sitting down here, not knowing what's going on behind the scenes.
I totally agree with you. What I'm trying to say, you discover a body, it's a harbor point, we're going to bring the building down. We know this building is going down. Then there's no rush. Let the case go through. Let's have certain
And at this point, we'll take a quick break because I think there's so much for us to talk about this. Once we return, the Black Table continues, and then we continue our quick fires.